how teachers and learning happen. Well, automated admin tasks, lesson planning, identifying struggles in learners, language and translation support, personalized learning, tutoring and homework help, and the list just goes on and on. Some educators are exploring AI tools for lessons, planning, grading, and personalized, learning. Early adopters are excited because AI saves time, enhances creativity, and supports struggling learners. But many struggling educators are still cautious, either due to lack of training, resources, or uncertainty about how AI, artificial intelligence, fits into their classroom, especially if it's just a normal, basic, overcrowded circular or government classroom. Fears about artificial intelligence in education by teachers' job security. Lots of educators are afraid. Is their job going to be taken away by robots? And also when it comes to, bias and fairness and also privacy and ethics and over-reliance. Well, my guest in studio was one of the presenters at the seminar. They were busy with some gadget. I think it was a 3D where as if they were like making things. Yeah, wow, that was like so amazing. That was like so scientific. It was like what we saw in Robocop. Amina's not here. You know what we said? What was it? Transformers. Transformers. Yeah. So so our guest in studio is MAZEN NASSAR.
MAZEN NASSAR.
Wow, that sounds so MAZEN NASSAR. Right. You are from Data AI.
Correct.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, and greetings to you and your respected listeners.
Well, Jazakallah for taking the time to be, especially after the working hours this evening. Well, how did you find Saturday AI seminar? Was it what you expected?
Actually, it was slightly more than what we expected, especially the crowd. We thought maybe 50 people or so, but it
Yeah.
was overwhelming crowd.
Yeah.
So well done to you and your respected team as well for putting that up.
Yeah. Well, we did a head count while we were sitting there, and I managed to count 198, but we never count you guys.
Oh.
We never count the other guys who were there. That was Irfan and Melissa from Keyline and Ibrahim Asmal from
Duty.
DUT and his team and all their little team players. So, and we never count the support staff and the helpers.
Yeah.
So, and those who came late. But Alhamdulillah, it was a great success.
Definitely it was.
And, to see, I think I've done so many career seminars, matric seminars, educators wellness seminars, and so many other events. But this was the only event where people were like literally writing from the beginning to the end, if you notice that.
Yes, it is. It's one, I hope it's one of many, because obviously AI is the future. So people are trying to keep up with that gap.
Yeah.
So obviously, for Ansaar to take such an initiative and yourself to take such an initiative to close that gap is absolutely amazing.
I know we had lots of comments, Asif, that they can't believe it. An Islamic local radio station is going on to the next level because like we're doing, an AI seminar, and a couple of our guests, even Brother Praveen Miraj mentioned that they'll be having a summit and they would like Al-Ansar school matches to be part of this. This is like such exciting news because he was also kind of shocked because this was also his brainchild, who always comes on. He was like also expecting like maybe like 60. He flew down from Johannesburg and he thought like maybe 60 or 70 at the most. And he also said, whoa, 200. Imagine if we took, 200. And I was kind of stressing. I'm saying this, I was stressing because like I never want to exceed. First we said we'll do 100 and then it was 150. And then a lot of our sponsored gifts and stuff which we were catering food, the breakfast, all were like for 150.
Mm-hmm.
It was it was 100 at first. And then we had to top up with 50 more. And then people were still coming in. And it was so, how do you explain to someone, we're not turning you away because you don't want to. It's just that due to seating arrangements and, the meals and the free gifts and
Logistics.
everyone to be comfortable when you think about the what was those robots and all those drones moving all over, to prevent that. But at one point, I felt like it wasn't my school matters or radio, and so I felt like, when you end Expo, remember back in the day, Expo, having some fair,
Yeah,
science
yeah.
fair. For a moment, I felt like I was at that, when you
Tech
end
fair.
exactly a
Yeah.
tech fair. And what were you guys doing for our listeners?
We had some data AI gifts,
Yeah.
some phone stands, we had the 3D printer also working. We had one of our younger team. He actually goes to Hartley.
Mm.
He was showcasing the 3D printer, how it works and so on, and the software used there. So it was a very engaging few hours that we had there.
That 3D printer is so overwhelming. Like lots of movies we watch, Asif, what is it? Those scientified movies where now you got to go and rob or steal that jewelry or break into a safe, and there you are. You got that guy's face. You're like, the 3D printer is like making his face out of rubber.
Yeah, yeah.
And like, I can't believe that actually exists. How long is that 3D printer like really around?
Honestly, I'm not sure, but I think 5 years, 6 years. But
Whoa.
I think what's amazing is that in the near future, every home will actually have to get a 3D
Oh
printer
my gosh.
to just adapt small things in your houses, or to do a screw quickly, or you wanna for maintenance or anything. You can literally 3D print anything.
It's like amazing to see plastic. What is it,
Yeah,
like tube? Is it
yeah.
any plastic or just
No, it's a special type of ASB plastic that's used.
and how much would that
But
be?
it's not expensive. I'm
Yeah,
not sure of the exact pricing, but it's
ranges from.
inexpensive. I would assume anywhere between 300 to 700 for that roll.
Okay, but no, but okay, you're talking about the roll.
The roll of plastic.
Okay,
Uh,
and the machine.
no, it prints. The machine is obviously depends. There's some more advanced machines, faster machines. There's industrial
Mm.
machines in universities and so on. But for a home, I think you can budget 4 to 5 thousand rand for a 3D
Oh,
printer, a
not bad.
good, decent 3D printer.
That would be uh, a toy, I think, at home.
Yeah,
When printers first came out, every little thing you just want to print.
yeah.
You just want to print and see when color printers came out. So AI in education, you been through school, you've been to tertiary, you're a graduate from Stellenbosch,
Correct.
right? And now you are involved in data AI. You're a lecturer.
No, I'm just doing some content creation for IoT, like Internet of Things.
Yeah.
So data AI gives courses to students, to technicons, colleges, on how to build, for example, robots, how to build a weather monitoring system using sensors and so on. So I do some content
Do you
creation for
know?
them.
One would never think of that existing because we always think of the basic. If you say content creator, we just think like somebody who's doing normal programming
Oh,
or something. No, I mean
yeah,
the
yeah,
reality. Until you guys presented,
yeah,
you presented, but you all knew a lot about what were the needs of education, what the teacher in the classroom wanted,
yeah.
and how you could meet the needs. Like you were showing sites to visit and
The
ideas.
tools.
Exactly the tools just for the normal person out there who is afraid of AI, what would you tell them? The normal educator who doesn't want to embrace it, they're just counting their retirement years
No,
before they leave.
AI is it's not coming, it's here,
Yeah.
and it's a reality that's presenting itself to you. So use it, don't abuse it, and obviously everyone has to learn how to use it properly, ethically, securely, and so on. About the tools and so on that we presented at the summit,
Mm,
obviously the senior doctors in data AI, Dr. ABUOBAYDA, that was
mm,
supposed to be here today, he worked in education, in the academic sector, and in the industry.
yeah.
So he obviously understands the needs of educators, lecturers, students, and he also understands the industry.
Mm.
So in the summit, he tried to close that gap between theory and practical, which is why he showcased those tools that we can actually mention as we go along in
Do you
this.
know, theory for some is absolutely easy. They can get 100%.
Yeah,
But when to apply it,
practical.
practical, is so where do you see this going? I mean, AI.
Honestly, South Africa is crawling towards AI.
Yeah.
It's
Uh,
very slow. Like
mm,
I recently traveled to a few Middle Eastern countries
yeah.
and so on, and at the airports there's no staff. There's just staff as like supervisors. But to stamp your passport, it's basically everything is
Mm,
digital. Doors, your screening, everything is digital. And South Africa is crawling in that direction, but as I said, it's a reality that's presenting itself to us, and whether you like it or not, if you adapt AI now, even now is too late, but if you adapt it now, you will be the leaders in the near future.
okay.
So that's why I always advise my friends, doctors or whatever, people that I know, is upskill yourself with AI
AI.
and take courses in AI, even if you're a teacher, doctor, business, whatever it is, always upskill, have some knowledge of AI, because it's 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 a
Here to
reality
stay.
that we have to adapt to.
Well, everything is going to change. You know, you mentioned that there's machines and other mini robots, what humanoids.
Yeah,
So
humanoids.
tell me, I mean, we don't have them. I know Mr. Oswald said he has it, but it costs 2 million, and it's not going to take a chance to bring it
Yeah.
here. And do you with South Africa? Where do you think we're going to get there?
I don't know about humanoids. They're still under very serious testing,
Yeah.
because you can't release anything that can have some sort of unpredictable behavior to the
Mm-hmm.
environment. So that's why most of the universities and colleges have humanoids, because they are doing research on it.
What about, did you hear the story where one robot humanoid committed suicide?
I saw that, yeah, and Dr. Asmal also mentioned it in his.
Gosh, that was scary. We thought they don't have emotions, but I think it's kind of scary. Yeah, as if one of the humanoids, the robots, committed suicide. Yeah, gosh. Oh, yes, you remember. Wow, you see, just being a tech, yeah, he's learning.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's embracing AI there, I could see. So, yeah. And, you know, I
you,
think our little ones, the children, the school going children, even from like probably from the time they're born till going to school, they're on gadgets. They are, how do I put it, a group, or it's that generation who are grown with the phone in their
yeah,
hand.
yeah.
So for them, it'd probably be a walk in the park.
Much easier than
Stone
the
Age, be okay.
future generations. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. But you see, AI is not a robot, or it's not anything that we have to search for it. No, it's here. For example, like your Netflix
Yeah.
movie recommendations, all that is AI.
Yeah.
Like your GPS, like Google Maps, when it recommends a
Yeah.
certain route because of traffic, all these small simple things are AI. And once you start upskilling yourself, and once the future generations
Yeah.
start to learn and adapt AI, they will start to realize that AI is the future. And that's what we as Muslims specifically, if we want to be strong in the world, we have to learn AI.
You know, I like you touching on that because lots of people do not want to embrace it. If you've been following, research, some people say it's shaitan and it's a work of the devil. Stay away from AI. Think about it, like especially in South Africa. Like about a year ago, there were a lot of articles and stuff going around in social media. Stay away from AI because it's the devil's work, and like
Yeah, yeah,
there was all these conspiracies going around, and sometimes for us who haven't embraced it, haven't been exposed to it that much, there was that element of fear.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm?
Even like it reminds me when our parents used to tell us, like when the phone first came out,
Okay.
how they were scared to do it. People used to say it's haram to use it also, but now literally everyone is using. Shortly after that, the cameras, they're not allowed to use cameras. Now everyone is using
Using.
it. So it's a reality that's has put itself in front of us. We use it properly. We use it ethically, and yeah, it's
The same.
coming. It's coming.
Do you know, you're talking about that? I knew of people, colleagues at work, when the touch screen came out, it was so overwhelming that they traveled as far as Pietermaritzburg to find phones which are modern, but where there's buttons to
Oh,
press. Because a lot of people like couldn't
yeah, yeah,
embrace the touch screen.
yeah,
So I think as you said, for the youth, for the children, it will not be so much of a challenge because they're involved in it and all the games they play.
Yeah.
They're busy on the games. Asked if you recall all the games we played. We mentioned, I think, in the weeks when we were discussing AI. Yeah, so it wouldn't be so much of a challenge, but for the teacher who's teaching for 15 years, 20 years, 25 or 30, that will definitely be a challenge. You touched on classroom, how to make teaching easy. Basically, to work smarter
Yeah.
and sharper, not longer.
Research showed, and also I think our doctor ABUOBAYDA also mentioned it on Saturday.
Yeah,
He said teachers need to free up their time for the students
yeah,
to actually become role models, leaders for the students. So to do that, use AI to do the admin work, build a lesson plan, build your syllabus, your curriculum, whatever you need that takes you so many hours. You can actually use AI tools to build it. You check it. You obviously have knowledge what's going on there.
hmm,
Save yourself 3-4 hours a day or a week or whatever. That time you can actually invest it with your students, nurture your students, understand your student more. And they are amazing tools that you can use, realistic tools, not something that just theoretical. No, use it
realistic.
that will suit you.
Okay.
There's amazing tools out
I
there.
know the examples where stuff which take like 3 hours took like what, under 1 minute?
Yeah, yeah,
Under 1 minute. That was like, oh my gosh. Like normally, if like it's like writing an essay where you do your brainstorming and then you're editing, you're drafting, and then your final copy. And AI, chips, it's just done. But
exactly.
now the question is, when it's coming to education, you think we're going to get lazy? Are we going to go? That's a question many are we not thinking?
You see, that brings me to one of my points actually that I wanted to highlight, which is policies
Yeah.
and the rules and ethics and the laws of
Mm,
using AI. Like when I was in Stellenbosch, AI just came in like 2023, 2024.
yeah.
ChatGTP had its peak. So the university didn't know what to do. We started asking the lecturers, can we use AI?
Mm.
Because also these are senior lecturers that understand these things, so they couldn't say yes, they
You
couldn't
can
say
say
no.
no.
They always kept the answer floating. So, but now I see that they actually put in some solid ethics and policies, and that's why I want to mention that in South Africa should actually strive to have its own AI
Yeah.
policies instead of another country or a foreign country actually dictating and forcing us to follow theirs.
Mm. Well, we got some questions coming through. Assalamu alaikum. Good topic on school matters. I asked Mita a questions about AI humanoid robots being safe in school environment. This is the response. Just imagine a very long response. Humanoid AI robots can be safe for use in educational setting when properly designed and implemented. And they gave a whole lot of benefits. And Asif, can you go up? Concerns. The concerns were data privacy. Robots collect and process student data, raising concerns about the protection, safety and security, emotional intelligence. Robot lacks empathy and emotional understanding, dependence on technology. That's over reliance on robots. Yeah. So I think,
Yeah,
but everything has a flip side to
correct.
it, huh?
But you see, in our religion, in Islam, also
Yeah.
we have something called everything in moderation is
Ration.
good.
Yeah. Even the
you
cake. Don't
you
eat the whole chocolate cake.
yeah, you adopt something, take it in moderation.
Moderation.
You overdo it, it obviously has its negative impact on you.
Yeah. You know, which university? I think it was like last month. One of the universities said there's no AI, no chat GPT. Was it somewhere in Cape Town? I'm not sure. One of the universities, because they said students were just only using it. I
That's
think,
possible.
yeah, because I think like everyone was just writing. And then we go into the high schools. I know my nephews and lots of them, like, they just do their assignments, but then they say no, they tweet it, and then. But the problem is when you're going to see like where you got your research from, sometimes that
Yeah,
is a
it's
problem.
not accurate. The referencing on ChatGPT, well, when I used to use it, I don't know
Yeah.
now if the referencing is much better now. But for essays and for assignments, my advice to students is do it yourself,
Yeah.
give it to ChatGPT, let it check it for you,
Get it.
better it for you.
Yeah.
And my advice to teachers would be if your student gives you an essay, you don't know if he did it or he used AI, put him in front of the class, ask him questions about it, see if he's going to be
Oh,
able to
so
answer it.
now, that's like taking it a step up, because it's like where there's this lovely piece of assignment or essay, but it's not the child's handwriting.
Yeah.
So then we get the child to take the pen and start writing. So this is taking it like in
No,
advance.
this helps actually,
Yeah.
or this brings back because people say that AI eliminates critical thinking from people. Like you don't exert yourself to think deeper or think out of the box because you're just getting the idea from
Answer
ChatGPT
quick.
and getting the
Mm.
answer. Yeah. So putting a child in front of the class, asking him to explain something, actually enables that critical thinking once again.
Okay. And when do you ever see the teacher being unemployed? That's a question everyone asks.
A teacher.
With AI, with
No, I don't think I don't think it will ever take over AI. I'm not an AI specialist, so I
yeah.
can't
No,
give a
just general,
theory,
just general.
but I would hope not.
You'd hope not, because like you think like everything's. I mean, like at one point, you ever thought online will teaching will ever be possible? No, never.
Never.
Okay, like my guest Praveen Miraj, who
Yes, yes.
he's been coming for like gosh for decades on school matches, and always he said stuff, and in my mind, and even the listeners say, "Oh gosh, this dude is so far fetched. Will this ever happen?" And it and
Yeah.
materialize. Lots of things, because he's always 10 steps or 100 steps ahead of all of us. And yeah, you never know, huh?
Did he say that educators will get
Well, if you
easy?
think about it, right, you have the money, you have an institution. Let's just look at it like this. Uh, you don't want to deal with human resources. There's a lot of baggage that comes with it.
No,
Someone,
but there is a lot of baggage that comes with
yeah,
technology
someone
as well.
explained this to me once. A lecturer. When was it? Beginning of the year. You know, staying absent, emotional problems, not giving it their best. A whole lot of other issues concerning a human being at work, regardless whatever. If you're getting a robot, you can control it, or AI, and that's it. It's over and done. So they were talking. They were actually having a debate from that point of view. But then, what about the aspect where what comes in reverse? You still got to program it. Am I right?
Yeah,
You need programmers. You need a human
yeah.
to sort that
No,
out.
you will always need humans. It will never eliminate
Yeah,
humans completely. It
never.
never, because it obviously takes its information, its data, its learning material from humans. But I did see there is a university actually in the UK,
Yeah.
or a high school, sorry, not a university, that attempted to do a AI only tutoring with no teachers, no lecturers or whatever. I'm not sure how that's going, but I'll definitely check how that's going. I read about it, I think, a month ago or so.
I think I've seen something. Was it China? I think. Same thing they had, and India,
Possible.
and India.
Yeah.
India is quite advanced with all the
Yeah, yeah.
gadgets. I mean, like one wouldn't say,
Yeah,
but with all the AI
definitely.
technology and stuff like that, where there were classes where they had humanoids, even in China.
No, China, they had a race the other day with humanoids.
Oh my gosh!
800 meters, 400 meters, 200 meters. That reminded me of us at school at Kings Park
Yeah,
Stadium
yeah.
when we used to go for. Now I'm seeing robots running around the
And
track.
then what about the issue? I mean, a little bit diverting from the topic. Um, People want to get married and looking for companionships and relationships with humanoids.
No, that
You read material on that, huh?
yeah,
Yeah,
but I wouldn't be able to advise there because that just sounds wrong.
yeah, it does. I mean, but again, there's Elon Musk there. He's always got something,
Something coming up.
something coming up. Um, can you tell us more about data AI?
Data AI. So it's a South African born AI company and data science company. So you see a lot of tech companies in South Africa they have a small portion of it that includes some AI, but they normally outsource it or whatever. Data AI is a South African born AI company. Um, the major part of it is AI and data science, and obviously the minor part is programming or whatever. Data AI has a big foot in the academic market. They
Mm.
give courses to students at schools, foundation phase, intermediate phase, and high school phase, as well as now we're getting into the colleges and so on, where we're training students with IoT, robotic systems, drones, and so on. Data AI also is good for businesses because they do
Mm.
consultations on how to unlock the power of the business's data and so on. So it's a local company. It's a South African company. I think it's maybe the only South African company
Yes, you can say that again.
that actually has took this initiative to try and push South Africa towards AI and digital transformation, which is without a doubt
You
coming.
know, all of a sudden, coding and robotics took a backseat.
Yeah.
Oh, it was, like that was on everyone's tongue, you know. Just before COVID, I know I did a seminar on coding and robotics, and I had educators, colleagues, people who, you know, in the education fraternity told me, coding and robotics, that's so far fetched. Like, it doesn't make sense. I said, no, but everything is going towards that there.
Yeah.
And this was just before COVID. And look at it, after COVID, the schools were implementing
Yeah.
coding and robotics.
Yeah. No, schools, principal, HODs, educators need to start implementing AI some way or the other. Best way to do this is call data AI or call any AI consulting company and ask them how can
How?
we integrate AI into the student system, because without a doubt it is coming. Educate your future leaders now so that they're not lost in the industry in the future.
Okay. And, you know, one of our guests told us, if you remember, that we got AI, we're using AI all the time and we don't even know it.
Exactly.
You know, like we find that so far-fetched. So what courses and programs do you all offer?
Currently, we have an IoT course, Internet of Things. It's basically how to use Raspberry Pis, Arduinos,
Mm.
um, STM. These are all minor computers or small
Mm-hmm.
computers on how to integrate maybe a few sensors, lights, and so on, and make it measure, for example, weather or light intensity or wind or whatever. We have a drone course for high school
Mm.
students as well as university students. And we have something called robotic operating system, ROS2. It's currently what's being used in electric vehicles, robots. So we're currently building the content for that. And we have the general coding courses, data science courses for school and
And you're
university
based in
students.
Sherwood.
Correct.
Sherwood.
Yeah.
And do you have other branches?
Currently it's this one, but we definitely trying to launch something in the other regions,
Okay.
Cape
But then
Town
you
and
have
Johannesburg.
AI, you can put it online in one place and take
Yeah.
it all over the world. Um, Courses for, like, what courses would you recommend for just lecturers and educators?
Lecturers and educators, I would obviously, we have a course for businesses, we have a course for
Mm.
lecturers, we have a course for educators, basically upskilling them and showcasing the different tools that are currently on the market and
Mm.
how to use it, how to adapt AI into your system, into your personal work. So we have in-depth and practical courses, so it's not just like a course that you'll do and forget about what you
Hmm.
did. No, it's practical, it's effective, it's efficient.
So a working person obviously cannot attend campus every day.
Yeah,
I mean, somebody who has been in the profession or career for long. So what do you all have, like 3 months, 6 months,
we have
or
like a boot
part
camp,
time?
like not even 3 months. We do, for example, we have these boot camps like
Oh, lovely.
during the school holidays, or over a month, Saturday, Sunday, Saturday, Sunday, Saturday, Sunday, like over the weekends for a few hours, 3 hours or whatever. In-depth practical courses that really upskills educators, businessmen, even HR. The other day we
Mhm.
launched we uploaded a newsletter on LinkedIn on how the HR department can actually use AI for their work. It will reduce the time. It's more effective. It's more
Mhm.
efficient.
Okay. So definitely, I know educators are going to ask about you when it's the next school holiday because lots of educators, it's just something being an educator or being a lecturer. If you go into a shop, you're automatically buying stationery. We don't plan it; it just happens. And you want to be ahead, not compete with your colleague, but you want to be ahead and make your life easy. So definitely. So you say the courses are like boot camps.
Yeah, so
Okay.
the boot camps, we take into account educators' time, assuming that the educator is a mother or father, has its own, obviously have their own personal life. So we try and do it in such a way where it's quick, effective, and to the point.
Okay. Well, we have a message here. Yeah. This is China's 6-year-olds are already being offered AI classes in school. South Africa and Africa is large, should adopt same approach to avoid dependency and use AI as defense and to progress. Well, that's something to look into.
Mm, Actually, I would advise
Hmm.
all the parents
Yeah.
of their of kids, obviously, that they have kids at school, to take this initiative to actually go to the school board and to the school leaders and ask them to start integrating AI courses uh, for the students. Ask them, because it's at the end of the day they are your kids, and one day they are going to graduate, and you want to see them obviously the best in the market, and they need to start now.
Yeah.
You can obviously parents can put the pressure on schools, because South African schools tend to take long to adapt.
100%,
Even
especially the government
universities,
sector.
yeah,
Hmm.
even like universities, big universities took so long to actually make the rules and laws when it comes to AI. That's because of the nature of AI, or because of the specific technology. It's rapidly changing, minute by minute. Everything
Everything.
is changing. Yeah.
Everything. When you're looking at it at that point of view, like as I mentioned at our seminar, th- those who are sitting in the front, especially from the government sector, they're worried like when they're going to have chalk or when that broken window is going to get fixed or when they're going to have toilet paper or even photocopying paper. And now like AI is so far fetched, you
It's
know?
coming.
No,
But
yeah, exactly. But that's a reality.
yeah, but this is actually something that all educators, parents should start, even especially in the government sector. The government is so slow to adapt this,
Yeah.
but educators
Funding,
yeah,
funding.
can put
They're
pressure
waiting
for
for
funding.
they're waiting for data to fund something. Um, I'm gonna be honest here. Educators will love to attend, love to do things, and they'll always tell you, yes, we want to do even like stakeholders, but we can't afford to pay. We want someone to come and do it for free, something of that sort there. Um,
No, data AI has a promise, or they have to give back to the community one way or the other. So
okay.
if it's an initiative, if someone has, for example, they want to upskill a certain group of people that don't have the funding or whatever, data AI would
Well, you
never
guys
refuse
lent,
something like that.
initially we said we're charging for the AI seminar, and I said, no, we'll do it like what we normally do as a community event. So, Alhamdulillah, you guys lent your services, and even our other guests who are there, speakers and
Yeah.
institutions. And, not very many do that,
Yes. Yes.
especially spending an entire Saturday from practically, I think, setting up from like probably 7:30 or from 8 right till like about 3 o'clock. Lots of y'all were
Yeah.
there. So, Alhamdulillah, may the Almighty bless you all and,
Um,
let you all grow from strength to strength
um,
in what you do. Um, Parent out there, I'm a rushed parent. I'm so busy, Asif. I got no time to calculate and do that math sums. I think when we did it in school, the working out and the method was so different from today. It keeps on changing. Just go to AI. Huh? I mean, like AI can assist parents.
It can. It can assist parents. It can assist. There are AI tools for parents, how to structure their days. Even bringing up kids,
Hmm.
how to bring up kids. There are AI tools. You just have to prompt it properly, and you will get exactly what
I
you're
read
looking for.
something a couple of weeks ago, and I think you probably heard about it. It was even videos circulating in the news where a boy fell in love with AI and then he committed suicide.
Yeah,
You remember what
yeah.
was the story exactly?
I can't remember the exact story, but I think he kept showing emotions to the AI, and the AI kept telling him that I don't have emotions, or something to
Something
that
they were
effect.
like chatting
Yeah,
continuously, and
yeah. No, it went on for long, if I remember correctly. But people use it for weird things also. So
I but that's the fear. That's the fear. It's like sometimes you think that it has the human quality
yeah,
when there's no human quality. There's nothing zilch, and that's the
that's
fear.
why we always say it will never eliminate
Yeah.
the human jobs or whatever, because it doesn't have the intellect. It doesn't have that third party decision making. That should I not?
Mm. What advice, just in general, you have, just for everyone, the common person out there with AI? Because
Upskill.
upskill.
Upskill yourself, whether you're a data entry person at a small business, whether you're a receptionist, whether you're a doctor, whether you're a business owner or manager. Upskill yourself. Look for courses in your industry, or look for courses slightly out in your industry. You need to upskill yourself, because the world is changing. Y- to be a leader in the future, you need to adapt AI now, and that's why I always advise my friends and my family: upskill yourself as much as you can.
And it's not difficult, it's easy.
It's not
I think lots of us, when we think about gadgets and computers and electronics and everything, we like say, no, we're not, we creative, we're not on that
yeah.
frame. Um, your your concerning data AI. If educators or listeners right now want to get involved, or I mean, contact you guys for either classes or attending a course or a boot camp, what is your email address? And
We have a website that's
mm,
currently doing very well. www.datai, so it's data I .co.za. Data
yeah,
datai.co.za. And yeah, you will find us in Sherwood at Forest Parks. We are, as I said, even if funding is an issue and there's people that need help, Data AI will definitely never say no to upskilling a community like South Africa. We
well,
always have to
alhamdulillah, you did
pay
it for
back.
200 people.
Alhamdulillah.
And Asif, lots of our staff at Al Ansar who are present, and even those who are like just there assisting, they actually sat on chairs and were like so engrossed.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen that for any of a workshop or seminar, because it was like, wow, this is possible. We can do this. They want you to do that.
Definitely.
Um, any advice to the public out there or anything?
Uh, put pressure for digital change.
Yeah,
Digital change, South Africa is crawling towards it. So put pressure for it. And the final thing, maybe it's slightly out of topic.
yeah.
Don't forget Gaza in your dua. Obviously,
Inshallah, I mean,
it's the
going on.
genocide is still going on. It didn't end, and it's getting worse and worse and worse. As a South African community, we have a duty to uphold. Sorry, and we have to do it. Don't forget Gaza.
Yeah. I was just talking as if to one of our presenters before I could come on, Siraj Basa, and he was telling me, Sumaya, when you're doing that show on education about Gaza. So I said, I did one. He said, you did it. It was your very first show 2 years ago. I had Dr. Siam
Oh yes, yes,
and other gentlemen over here, and we spoke about the schools, how they're being bombed. We
yes,
we spoke about what's happening currently, but I was focusing on education.
yeah,
And at that time, I think Siam, if I'm not mistaken, I think his brothers and sisters all were still alive.
yeah,
And at my next show, a lot of them were not alive.
yeah.
And at the next show, third show, there was no one alive.
Martyrs,
Martyrs,
inshallah.
yeah. And then when we had that march to Gaza, I think about 3 months ago, if I'm not mistaken. I did a special edition show on Radio Al Ansar. It was on a Sunday, and it was Dr. Siam's wife who was
Yeah.
here, and she was telling us a story about her nephew who went through so much, dodged so much of bullets, so much, for his life to get the food, one of
Yeah.
the
Food
boxes,
parcels. Yeah.
and then again to go through so much to survive and to finally reach wherever he was home, to open it to find out that everything was rotten.
You see, that's firstly we have to be grateful. We have roofs, we have food, we have everything. We have
Yeah.
cars, we have everything. They are living something that we can't even imagine.
If you don't mind, if I can say this, your heritage is from
Originally from Egypt.
Egypt, not very far from Gaza.
No, but I'm here in South Africa for 22 years, so
22
I
years.
consider myself a
Yeah,
South African.
and Dr. Shabat, he's Palestinian.
Yeah. It's Gaza, from Gaza. Yeah.
From Gaza.
Yeah. Dr.
Yeah.
Shabat is from Gaza. So we have a duty, and
Inshallah,
it's a cry in the ummah.
we just have to make dua, and hopefully, someone out there
Wakes up
and makes a change.
Inshallah.
But again, Jazakallah so much for
Jazakallah
taking
so much.
the time straight from work into studios on Radio Al Ansar, for being here, and inshallah, definitely going to have Data A back on Radio Ansar School Matters, especially just before the holidays,
Inshallah.
because no one's going for those. I'm not picking on anyone. No one's going for those art classes and that drawing classes. Everyone's coming for the AI
Inshallah.
courses and boot camp. Well, once again, I'd like to thank our guest, our technician, for making the show possible, and not forgetting you out there who attended. You made the AI seminar possible. And I'd like to also thank our sponsors, family and friends. I'd like to thank Zaidi Pharmacy from Musgrave, personal friends of my brothers who went all out on the last minute to sponsor gifts. I'd like to thank everyone else, Fatima Karim, who was in every section, Asif, from the kitchen, from registration, from making sandwiches, from ensuring that everything which was in order, Zinat, Zoha, the team, Uncle Umar, to put something together. Everyone thinks it's just me, but there's a whole team behind that, and the journey of arguments and no, he was supposed to do that, I was supposed to do it, but alhamdulillah, everything went so well. I'd also once again like to thank our guest speakers and presenters. That was Data AI, that was Keyline, Irfan and Melissa, DUT, Mr. Asmal, Praveen Miraj, and every other guest who was there. My email address is sumayakhan.alansar@outlook.com. Remember, the question isn't whether AI will change the world. It already has. The question is, how will we shape it? AI is the pen, but the humans remain the authors. From me, Sumaya Khan, Assalamu alaikum.
Radio Al Ansar, 24/7, 365.
The Al Ansar Foundation, Da'wah, Tarbiyah and Education, establishing the foundations of Islamic civilization in South Africa.
Grateful to the esteemed family representatives of the scholars and imams and stalwarts of our province who have been documented in this unique compilation book. May this gathering be a means of blessings for us, and may it be a means of acceptance. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be pleased. We will commence this evening's program with the Qira'at, and we will request Azamah Naeem Watala Sahib, Hafizahullah Ta'ala, to come forward and to recite the
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لو أنزلنا القرآن على جبل لرأيته خاشعا متصدعا من خشية الله وتلك الأمثال نضربها